Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this episode of The Central Connection. Hey, I hope you are doing well. Hey, do me a favor. Would you please like this video? And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave me a comment. I love hearing your feedback on these videos. Well, this past Sunday, we finished my sermon series in the Old Testament book of Ruth, and I have enjoyed going through these 4 chapters, looking at God's amazing, redeeming love. It's really spoke to me. Thank you to those who have given me feedback. Man, it's been encouraging to hear that from you all. And so, one of the things a mentor of mine suggested is to preach all of the Bible, both the Old and the New Testament. And so I've sought to do that, kind of alternating between an Old Testament book and a New Testament book. Well, beginning on Sunday, I'm going to start a new series in the New Testament book of Colossians. We're looking at Paul's letter to the Colossians. And you know what? This letter is just as relevant to us today in 2022 as it was when he wrote it back in AD 61 or so. And you know what? We're going to have a good time going through these 4 chapters. We'll probably take a little bit longer than we did in Ruth. But my goal is, as I preach, that we would set our minds on the things above. Well, it's hard to believe, but I just completed my 4th year as pastor here at Central Baptist. And man, have we gone through quite a lot in these last 4 years. But I've enjoyed it. I have the good times and the challenging times. For me, one of the more difficult aspects of pastoring is preaching. I took some preaching classes in seminary, and I'm grateful for those pastors that I served under that allowed me to preach from time to time. But when you go from, occasionally preaching to having to preach every single Sunday, you get a little shell-shocked. And every week I think to myself, Sunday is coming. Sunday is coming. And those days during the week, they fly by. And on top of that, though, at about a year into my pastorate here, the coronavirus decided to come and visit with us. And so, in that time where I'm developing a preaching style and learning how to do that, I go from preaching to a sanctuary full of people to a video camera, wondering who is watching this, and trying to capture attention, and knowing that it's easy to just flip over to another preacher on YouTube or on TV, and so now all of a sudden here you take a guy fresh out of seminary and lump him in with some of the most seasoned and best preachers out there, and it was difficult. One of my preaching professors said that it takes about 5 years in order to really develop your preaching style. And, he is right. As I embark on my 5th year now, I don't think I'll ever be fully comfortable in the pulpit, but I am a little more so. And, I'm grateful to my church family here at Central Baptist for just being patient with me and giving me the opportunity week in and week out to bring you God's word at the best way that I can. But, it's always a challenging aspect to coming to preach, and hoping that you faithfully bring God's word in an engaging way, and a way that allows the hearers to be able to apply it to their lives. So I say all this just to say thank you, church family, for your patience and privilege of allowing me to come each week to bring God's word to you, and to grow as a preacher, and to faithfully proclaim His word, the best that I can do it. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and so we are celebrating that here at Central this Sunday night at 5 o'clock. Right here in the fellowship hall with the soup and sandwich supper. It's been very few times since the COVID pandemic that we've been able to gather in here as a church family, the whole church, and I'm looking forward to it. I get to fellowship with you and get to break bread together, but I truly am appreciated. I feel that each and every day. I feel your prayers. Keep them coming, please keep them coming, but I want to see you on Sunday. That's the best way that you can appreciate me, is with your presence. And so I look forward to seeing you, and for me to be able to get to tell you how much that I appreciate you. Well, until next time, God bless.